Fox 31, your local election headquarters, Colorado and the entire nation, of course, talking about President Biden's decision to drop out of the 2024 presidential race.
So we brought in our own local political experts to weigh in. Joining us live this morning, Fox 31 Democratic political analyst Andy Boyan, and we've got a Republican analyst, Michael Field. Thank you, gentlemen. I knew that we'd be talking a lot ahead of the November elections, but holy cow, over the past couple of weeks, a lot to talk about here. Andy, I want to start with you because what was it, maybe a week, 2 weeks ago, you said on our political show that the president would drop out. You said that was your prediction. You had no doubt that it was going to happen. Well, what's your thoughts now after hearing the official news yesterday?
Well, I got to say, first of all, I commend President Joe Biden for his 50 years of service to this country. It's been a remarkable run for him. And I would say he's the most transformational president we've had in the last 50 years. So congratulations to him, and I wish him well on a successful last 2 months of his term. I'm not surprised at all, obviously, that he dropped out of this race. Wasn't going to make it. We could see that months and months ago, and we think Vice President Harris is our candidate to go forward.
Now, Michael, we've heard from former President Trump about what his thoughts were on the president dropping out, but not much about Kamala Harris. So what type of attacks do you think the Trump campaign will use against Kamala Harris?
Yeah, I think you're going to see a lot more, heated attacks coming towards Vice President Harris in the coming weeks here. And the problem is that Harris is losing in the polls to Trump. She's losing in every swing state. Her approval rating is worse than Joe Biden's approval rating. And so I think Republicans like this matchup. It's going to be about policy. It's going to be about immigration, about crime, about the economy. 70% of Americans think that we have a poor economy right now. And so, if they want to run on the policies of the Biden-Harris administration, I think Republicans like that matchup.
Well, Andy, since you have that crystal ball and your predictions continue to come true, do you believe it will be Kamala Harris?
I do. I do think we, Vice President, we're very proud of our record. Contrary to what Michael says, we've had inflation's coming down, unemployment stays down, more people that want a job have a job, gas prices are coming down, people are bringing less to the grocery store, so we're on the right track. And I know Republicans want to spin a lot to try to win. They're going to lose this election, and they're going to lose it on lies.
Okay, we're talking, gentlemen, both of you. We'll start with Michael here, but what does this mean for our local elections? Obviously, this has a huge impact on the presidential election, but what does that mean here locally, what we saw the president do over the weekend, guys?
You're going to see a much closer race here in Colorado in the presidential race. But what it means is that congressional seats like CD8 here in Colorado are going to be very competitive. I think Republicans will probably win that one. It has ramifications all the way down to legislative seats that will be a lot closer this year than they were 2 or 4 years ago. So I think a lot more money is going to be spent and a lot more attention is going to be brought here to Colorado.
All right. And Andy, what's your take on this?
I would agree. I think Colorado is going to be one of the states that we're going to focus on. We'll win Colorado. We've won Colorado the last 4 times, so we're not terribly worried about Colorado per se. I will tell you down the ticket though, in state legislative races, I mean, this makes a big difference who is the top of the ticket. So there's going to be a lot of competitive races statewide in Colorado, and one of those states I think that makes a lot of sense to come and visit a lot. I think you'll see both candidates here at the top of the ticket, and throughout their emissaries and their folks will come, as well as the vice presidential candidates as well.
Gentlemen, thank you both for joining us this morning. I saw someone on Twitter said if the writers of West Wing, that old TV show, wrote up an episode about this, they would have thrown it out and said that's not believable what have happened over the past couple of weeks. So we're going to be bugging you guys more. Yeah. But as always, thanks for your great insight and analysis. We'll talk to you guys again soon.